Have you ever felt like there's a unique spark within you just waiting to shine? You're not alone. At the Center for Spiritual Living Beaumont, we believe that everyone has the potential to transform their lives with practical spirituality. Picture this: a supportive community where everyone is striving for a deeper spiritual connection. Imagine workshops that inspire, classes that enlighten, and a welcoming community that affirms who you truly are. We like to think of ourselves as your spiritual gym. Just like physical wellness requires practice and dedication, so does spiritual wellness. Our empowering principles are designed for daily use, helping you make meaningful changes in your life. It's all about changing your mind to change your life. Sounds simple, right? Whether you're looking to unlock your potential, find clarity, or simply connect with like-minded individuals, the Center for Spiritual Living Beaumont is the place to be. We're open and affirming to all because we believe that everyone deserves a chance to shine. So, are you ready to step into a more empowered version of yourself? Join us at the Center for Spiritual Living Beaumont. Have you ever felt like there's a unique spark within you just waiting to shine? You're not alone.
Yeah, you know what?
Give her that one. That's fine.
Yeah, but Jerry was. Good morning, everyone. Yes. It is so good to be here this morning. Good morning. And I welcome all of us to this beautiful Center for Spiritual Living here in beautiful Beaumont. A little hot, but it's beautiful. I want to welcome all of us who are here in person and those of us who are online. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for watching. If you're here for the very first time, we invite you to take a look at our back table where we have flyers of upcoming events. And if you would like more information about our center or our belief system, please feel free to ask me or one of the practitioners or someone who you're drawn to, and we'll help you with that. We always have fellowship after our service. Everyone is invited to attend, and there's usually food. There is food. Where two or more religious scientists are gathered, there shall be food. I would like to invite you to take a moment to silence your cell phone. And let's read our CSLB vision statement together. CSLB is an inclusive and transformative community of spiritual practice. And now we are going into our opening song.
This one. Thank you. Sounds better. All right. Well, it's time for our announcements. Oh, yeah. Say howdy, neighbor. Everybody say hi to each other. Say howdy, neighbor. Why not, right? So good to see all of you here. Reverend Liz always called everybody down there the godlings. Godlings. All right, so for our announcements, Metaphysical Movie and a Meal Night is this Wednesday at 5 o'clock p.m. until 8 o'clock p.m. The movie is Disney's Up, and for anybody who doesn't know, I believe it's a spaghetti dinner. Usually is, yeah. Nothing wrong with spaghetti. It's my favorite. I can eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And dessert, and sometimes midnight snack. What? No, it's the second Wednesday. Hey, why does that say that? Oh, okay. Is it the second Wednesday or the fourth? It's going to be every other month. Oh, every other month. Okay. So next month we won't be having it, but we'll have it the one after. Perfect. All right, so the Good Grief group meets in the sanctuary every week on Thursdays in person from 1 o'clock to 2:30 p.m. Grief is more than the loss of a loved one, and we cannot do it alone. We do it in a community. Information is at the information station. And I would like to highlight something as a practitioner. I can tell you that grief, believe it or not, is not just losing loved ones. It's everything that isn't the way it was before. And while that sounds funny, it piles up. So that when something big happens, all those little things all smash into you all at the same time. So it's a good thing to make it a regular thing. It's kind of like praying. A lot of people don't pray until the world starts ending. You know, you want to pray when the sun is shining too, so that you're used to it when it doesn't. The Joel Goldsmith book discussion will continue on Thursdays at 12 o'clock p.m. Information is available up there at the information station. Al Yankee and friends will be live in concert September 15th after service from 12 to 1 p.m. Try to save that date. You're going to want to check that out. Al Yankee is fantastic. And of course, there is more information at the information station. We didn't make a slide for that. Advanced Consciousness Studies. Are you interested in taking Advanced Consciousness Studies? Contact Reverend Michael or Neil. That's Neil at cslbeaumont.org if you are interested. I'm going to highlight something. Advanced Consciousness Studies is a requirement, but you don't have to become one to become a practitioner. Having the practitioner mindset does not mean you have to wear a stole and you have to do things on Sunday. But let me tell you, it will make your life much better. So, all right. So I guess I should introduce myself. My name is Adrian Madden. I'm one of your licensed spiritual practitioners here at the Center for Spiritual Living Beaumont. The other practitioners and I, and there's not a whole lot of us here today, we do have Yvonne Fowler. You want to raise your hand so people can see you. And myself, and of course, our current minister of the day, Reverend Carrie Masters, will be more than happy to offer prayer here in the sanctuary. What we usually do is after service and everybody gets up and we all do our song and dance at the end. Anybody who's interested in prayer, sit down on this side of the sanctuary and we will come and sit with you. Please don't leave here this morning with anything in your heart. We would love to pray with you and I absolutely know that prayer works. So let's all close our eyes, or you can keep your eyes open if you wish. The words will be on the screen. And let this meditative song bring us to your center.
I let let love, I let go, I release, and I know I forgive, I receive, I can feel, I believe, I am healed, I am whole, I release, I know. No need to push, no need to try, no need to worry or question why. Surrender, let go, release, and know.
I'm supposed to do a power talk right now. Forgot about it. We talked about it last week with Reverend Michael. I'll do a quick one about breathing. Call it a mini prayer. Today's talk title, as you'll find out, is Trust the Process. If you ever have trouble trusting the process, remember that if you forget to breathe, God will breathe for you. You want to talk about trusting the process? Do you have to remember to beat your heart? No. That is the process. The process is life. Life happens. It is only us that tries to hold it back. So close your eyes. Knowing and trusting God is here now in each and every one of us, so readily obvious by how our heart just beats on its own, and each breath comes and goes effortlessly. God is in and through and around us. God is here living as us, through us. We are the physical manifestation of God's life here on earth. I am knowing and trusting that as this is true for me, it is true for everybody here. I'm knowing and trusting that this process that each of us is going through today is always being revealed in clearer and clearer terms, in ways that we can see and know and understand, that we can explain and speak about here in this world. I am knowing that God blesses these words that come from our mouths, that come from the mouth of our person today, our minister, Reverend Carrie. I am knowing and trusting that those words will enlighten, bring forth, and open up the eyes and minds of the people hearing here and online, and that each of those persons will take those words out into the world to make it so that each and every person hears those words, that God is going to open their ears and minds to spread this message of love farther and farther out into the world, making the world a much better place. I'm knowing all of this and more is true, and I release my words into the perfect action and order of the law with thankfulness in my heart, knowing it is already true, whole, and complete, knowing it is already in motion. I release and I let go, and together let us affirm this by saying together, and so it is. We should be live.
Is it my turn? Thank you, Adrian, for that lovely little power talk and invocation. It was wonderful. Adrian did a lovely meditation for us all this morning. If you ever want to just come into church and sit for a bit, you can do that at 9:30, and at 9:35 there's a wonderful meditation guided, and it really helps set the tone for your day. Today my talk title is Trust the Process. And you know, when, at least for me, when I make plans, God laughs. Anyone else? Gee whiz. I had the whole talk written out on my usual 5 pages, big font. I had great ideas. I had an Ernest Holmes quote. I had a story. I still have the story. But then I couldn't print it out. And I tried several ways to print it out this morning. And I thought, well, maybe I could just take my computer, my laptop, which immediately ran out of battery. So I emailed my notes to Adrian, and they printed out the rough draft. And so I just decided it's okay. I'll take the rough draft and I'll see what I can do with that, but by golly, I'm going to trust the process. And I've heard Reverend Michael say that a lot around here. We're just trusting the process. Have you heard him say that? Yeah. There's the notes. I thought they'd flown away. Okay. Yes, and what I love about that whole idea is that when we are trusting, we are in faith. We are living from our faith and our trust in the divine, in the universe, that makes everything happen. And it starts up here with our thought. The process is, I looked in the back of the Science of Mind textbook, and this is what Ernest Holmes says about process. Process is the progressive action or a series of acts or steps to make or produce something. So that's what we are trusting in. We're trusting in that whole idea that we are taking steps according to what we know to do next. And that, in turn, brings us to the fulfillment of whatever it is, whatever project we're working on, or whatever dream we have, or whatever life goal we want to achieve. Now, I know that we can get into messiness through it when we try to do a project that we are in process of doing. And I know many of you can think of ways that we get into messiness. One of those is moving. And what I notice in my own experience is that there's boxes and there's stuff and there's things sitting out that I don't want to forget, and there's other things that need to go elsewhere, and it's a mess. And I'm not real fond of living in a mess. I'm a pretty neat, organized person. So that really bugs me. But what I have found is that if I trust the process that I'm in at that time, and if I use a positive affirmation to change my mind from, ooh, I don't like this, to, oh, it's going to be okay. If I have an affirmation that I can use, then that helps me move forward into the whole process, the whole project. I thought of some other things too, of course. Here they are. When you're preparing for a big event, like the event that we had here when we had Christmas in July, and I heard that there were going to be 9 tables set up in the sanctuary, and we were all going to sit here, and we were going to enjoy this beautiful choir, the Gay Men's Choir of Palm Springs. It was wonderful. It was a wonderful event. And I heard at least twice, Reverend Michaels said, we're just trusting the process. We're just trusting the process. And it hit me that everything turned out exactly right because of his trust in the process. In my mind, before attending in the weeks prior, I was thinking, how are they going to get all those tables in that sanctuary? I just couldn't even imagine it. But he knew. He was trusting the process, and it happened just as he had trusted. So it's important to remember that we don't have to know all the details right up front. Isn't that nice to know? We don't have to know all the details. Sometimes we can get caught up in details of, oh, well, maybe this is such a good idea because of this or that. And then sometimes we wait. We think, okay, I'll wait and see if we can do this or if we can do that or if this person can help us. And by the time we stop waiting, it's past the opportunity that we've been given to really have a beautiful experience in what we're producing or making, manifesting. Ernest Holmes said, thought should tend more and more toward an affirmative attitude of mind that is positive, stable, and above all else, toward a real unity with spirit that is already complete and perfect. Thought should tend more and more toward an affirmative attitude of mind. Sometimes we don't get there, do we? Sometimes we have negative ideas in our minds or negative thoughts. But what we can do is flip them around. We don't have to live with those thoughts all day long. We can flip them around so that we can affirm something positive that is stable and maybe loving and maybe kind and so on and so forth. everything that we do, everything we create, and everything comes through the creative process in spirit and in the individual. The creative process is symbolized by a circle, and there's a V down the middle of that circle. And the circle means the infinity of the divine. And the V allows us to think on one side of the ideal, the idea that we get, that we're going to do something big. And that idea moves through that eternal circle of the divine. It moves into a place where we are setting it into the creative force of the universe. We call that the law. And when this law receives our thought, it says yes every single time. And then it continues to move down to the bottom point, and that's when we experience what we get to experience, what we have thought at the very beginning. And then we move back up the other side of this V, having the experience of what we've manifested. And if our experience is perfect, we are sailing, we are happy. Sometimes our experiences are not quite as perfect as we want them to be. Or maybe if we've put on a big event, such as the Christmas in July Gay Men's Chorus here, sometimes it's good for us to sit back and think, hey, what could have happened that would be better for next time? How could we make this better? What if we said that about ourselves? How could I make myself better? How could I think about this in a more positive and uplifting way? How can I help another being on this planet? What is it that I can do? Yeah. We have the opportunity to have that affirmative attitude of mind that gets us into a place where we know that everything we are doing from a higher place in consciousness. Now, a way for us to trust the process also is to ask for prayer or do your own affirmative prayer. And when you do your own affirmative prayer, you can recognize God, unify with God, state what you want, say thank you, and release it. Pretty simple. Now, that's how we teach prayer. But here I have a story that represents the example that not everyone prays in this way, including Pedro. Pedro was driving down the street hurriedly because he had an important meeting. He couldn't find a parking place. So looking up toward heaven, he said, Lord, take pity on me. If you find me a parking place, I promise I will go to Mass every Sunday for the rest of my life, and I'll give up tequila. Miraculously, a parking place occurred. It just came right before him. And Pedro looked up again and said, never mind, I found one. You see, that's a good example of begging and beseeching and not really trusting that divine presence that is always helping us. Always. When we're looking for a parking place, it's kind of fun to drive through the parking lot and say, we have the perfect parking place for us today. And oftentimes you'll get one close to the door or far away from the door, depending on what your goal is. You know, sometimes I like to add to my steps, so I'll park far away from the door. But other days I'm tired and I want the front one. And so I'll start doing my affirmations. But I also know that the universe is helping us all the time. If we take something to prayer that we really need help with, that will just bring so much peace and so much healing to each of us. One of the things that has been occurring to me in this last week is how wonderful it is to be able to allow the universe to help us, but to also reach out for help with a fellow human being if we need that help. To say, I need help with this. I was talking with someone this week who was really hesitant about asking for help. And I told her, you know, it will help them to help you. When we help another person, doesn't it make us feel good? Of course it does. And so when we are available and open to that whole idea that we can be helpful, then the universe says yes to us and we're able to help that person no matter what the situation is. So our thoughts, of course, are helping us to produce these wonderful moments in our life. The divine, the universe, the blessed one, whatever you want to call God, is always there to guide us and direct us and move us in to our next great adventure, whatever that might be. It could be as small as going to the grocery store, or I've learned in this last month that it's kind of fun to call Instacart or place an Instacart order and the groceries appear. That's pretty magical. So there's, I mean, we have that power. We have the power, very likely, to produce or manifest whatever it is we want in a very quick way. However, the universe, in all of its wisdom, has not made that available to us on this plane, because if we are thinking about something that we don't want and manifest that right away, that wouldn't be very much fun. But if we have to wait a little while and then that thing happens, then we can go back and say, uh-oh, I was affirming something that I don't want. So it's so much better for us to absolutely know the truth about who we are and about what we can do. Because as you know, I'm preaching to the choir, you know how powerful you are. Turn to somebody and say, you are powerful, man. Yes, you are, for sure. Yes, and I've kind of come to the end of that thought about trust the process. However, I loved what Adrian said about the process of our body and how our body works in process. It's so organized in here. Everything's just working and they're all doing their thing and healing us and moving us forward and doing everything that they're supposed to do inside our physical body. That's pretty miraculous. We are our own universe right here. I want you all to remember as you move through today and through the rest of your week that it's An important thing to remember to just take that breath, to breathe into what it is you feel you want to take care of right now. If you're in a health situation, maybe there's guidance coming toward you that will allow you to be well in the future. Perhaps I heard someone say this morning that they were needing patience. Anyone else? Oh, yeah, we all need patience, that's for sure. And so when we, Betty Ann, when we are needing something like that, we need that positivity, we already have it within us. All we need to do is stop, take a breath, breathing in all of the patience of the universe, and knowing that everything is already in divine order. The universe has already said yes to us, and all we need to do is to be open and receptive to receive it. And as you move through the coming days, I invite you to either ask for prayer or just sit quietly and pray to yourself. And if you don't know the 5 steps of an affirmative prayer, don't worry about it. Everything we say is prayer. So any way that we pray is perfect, don't you think? Now, I happen to believe that affirmative prayer is more powerful than any other kind of prayer I've ever done. And Pedro, having his let's make a deal prayer, it's not quite what I would do, but I invite all of us to just move to center for a moment and take a breath and then pray and ask for that which you desire today and every day. And I want you to know that this is a very powerful process that you can use to find things that you've lost. If you will just stand still for a moment instead of rushing through stuff, cleaning out your purse or a drawer or something, and looking for something, just stop. If you can't find it, just stop and say, I know it's here. God knows, God shows. And it's almost instantaneous. You will find it. Had an experience yesterday that was exactly that. Our dear Rosanna is putting a home for sale together, and she went inside the home and stepped outside, shut the door behind her, and it locked. All of her stuff was in the house. And the house is next door to Donna and Bill McNeese Smith's house, where I am house sitting and pet sitting right now. So Rosanna came over next door, and she said, I've locked myself out of that house. I'm sure Donna has a key. So we were looking frantically through everything, and she said, I'm going to call Donna. So she called her, and Donna said, okay, pointed us to the exact cupboard, to the exact box, and we opened the box, and we were rifling through the stuff in there to find this key. And Donna said, ladies, listen to me very carefully. And I thought, here's the voice of God right here. She said, if it's a little black thing that has a button on it, and if you stand in the driveway in front of the garage door and press the button, it will open. But you see, she made us stop. It's so that she could explain it. And sometimes the universe needs to explain to us what it is that we need to do. Intuition. Your intuition is huge, and it is powerful, and it is the voice of spirit. Follow your intuition. Every time it says, you might want to do this, Or perhaps if you're really thinking strongly about a particular person, you might want to call them. Or if you're thinking about something that you could do that you've put off and your intuition starts nagging at you, it's time to get up and do it. That's the way the universe works through and as you. That's how you can trust the process of making your life absolutely wonderful. And don't we all want that? Yes. Let's take that to prayer. So I invite you to just come to center with me as we recognize that infinite life that is God, as we recognize the divine presence that is forever throughout the universe, that infinite life that lives and moves and has its being through all life, through each one of us. I know that each one of us is a divine presence, and we are created from that image and likeness, making us an expression of God here on this planet at this time. I know for each one of us that we are the powerful people who have the power to know exactly what needs to be done, what needs to take place. We know this guidance and direction is coming from that voice of the divine that is within us. And as we follow that voice on the path to our greatest life, I know that we are blessed, unconditionally blessed with love and light and grace and peace. I am so grateful to know this truth, to know that for each of us here today, each of us watching online, that we will move forward from these moments into the days where we create amazing lives, amazing things, that is not only a blessing to us, but a blessing to everyone around us. Amazing things. I take a moment to include into this consciousness anyone who may be feeling low energy, who may be feeling down, who may be feeling physically ill. I know for each one that there is wholeness that is shining through our physical, mental, emotional bodies. I know each one of us is whole and perfect and complete in every aspect of our lives, of our livingness, of our expressing God. I give thanks. I give great, deep thanks to the creative process of the universe, to that creative medium that always says, yes, my dear, and what else can I get you? I give thanks knowing that this prayer is already answered, that each of our prayers is already answered. And so in this knowing and in this grace, I release these words into that beautiful law, that beautiful creative life. And as we release it, we can say together, and so it is, and amen. Adrian is going to grace us with a song.
Yeah. We like music, right? Have you ever had one of those moments when you're just like, you feel like it's the perfect time and you open your mouth, something just shocks you, comes out of your mouth, and it's like the most profound thing you've ever heard? That is letting God live through you. That's the whole goal. That's what we're talking about here. We're talking about getting to the point where you just let go and let God. And then what ends up happening is amazing. Amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing. Amazing. You will do amazing things. You will do amazing things with the choice each new day brings, and with every step you take. Bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is found in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Oh, the places you will go, with the people you will know. Don't worry when or where or how. You don't have to know that now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings. You will do amazing things. But you don't have to work it out. Just stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes deepest answers come when you're out there having fun. So close your eyes and take a breath and smile. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Sing with me. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Come on, louder. I can't even hear you. Amazing, amazing. One more time. Come on. Amazing. Amazing. You will do amazing things.
Thank you. Ah, yes. Okay, now it's time for us. Am I on? Now it's time for us to give our gifts, our tithes, our offerings that help support our beautiful Center for Spiritual Living. And as you give, I want you to know that if you're online at any time, you can go to cslbeaumont.org, and that's our website, and you can scroll down to find the Give button. Or you can text to give at 951-420-6909. Very easy peasy to do that. And if you give online, or if you don't have a gift today, please know that you are the gift, and we would ask that you just take a moment to bless the offering plate as it comes by. All right, as the ushers come forward, we're going to repeat our abundance affirmation. I give and receive freely and generously, with an open heart and an open mind. I know that my beloved community is richly blessed. And so it is.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me.
Sing it out.
I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Yes, yes. And if you sing that all day long, you will be so grateful all day long. My goodness. Thank you very much for your gifts that help support our Center for Spiritual Living here in Beaumont. As we come to the close of our service, I'm going to invite you to stand and make a circle. And if you would rather not, you can stay right where you are and just allow those standing around you to sing with you as you are comfortable in your chair. We usually hold hands in our circle. And today we're going to sing the peace song.
Yes, there is peace.
Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It's happening in my mind. It's happening in my body. It's happening in my whole life. I think it. I embrace it. I know it. I am it. And so it is.
Passion as my